Oh, I want to see. I want to see. I want to see my little boy. I want to see my
22nd of
little
October,
boy.
prosecutor's office.
Look at his office. Is that a huge painting of him? Oh, so this is the legendary Reaper's office?
Yes, it appears so.
Blah. It sends the chill down my spine, doesn't it? With an amazingly deadly atmosphere.
Oh, is that? Good luck against the Wrathy. Cool name. That hooded figure was so still I hadn't noticed his or her presence. I wonder who it is.
Present. Is that me?
This is you.
What are you doing here?
Ugh.
Oh, what are you doing here?
What voice did you just do?
I was trying to do like a non-binary gender flip. You
You thought it was a new character. Okay.
Yeah, I thought it was a hooded figure. Like it was lagging just enough that I couldn't hear the tone of the beep boop 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 boops, so I didn't know if it was a male or female voice.
He's as unwelcoming as He's as unwelcoming as I thought he'd be. Actually, maybe even more so. Oh, I'm glad to see you well.
I am.
So, who's the person over by the wall being punished for something or other?
That's so funny. No punishment is taking place here. It's like, oh, I want to check on you. Who's that? It's like, that's a little rude. Just go. You've addressed that he's fine. Just go. That's my apprentice. He's sitting there on his own will.
I didn't know you had an apprentice. Must be the same person who's pictured in the newspaper.
He's very able in combat, a requisite skill for anyone under my tutelage.
Cool name, so that's what he does with Simps. So you're referring to the attack in the Reaper that was reported in the papers?
The Reaper? I'd be interested to know the Reaper's true identity myself. Assuming that is such a fabled fiend genuinely inhabits our great courtrooms.
I will say that Van Zieks' theme, it's second only to Godot's in terms of prosecutor themes.
That one?
This one, playing right now.
Well, I'm saying like the taste of black or whatever.
Taste of bitter coffee or whatever.
Yeah, the taste of something. I knew it was a taste of something. Like that's such a huge like jump from the vibe that this song does.
Yes, but I'm just saying they both are really great.
Well, yeah, it's really interesting. You have like really eclectic tastes for the taste of bitter coffee to be number one, and then this one to be number two. Like you would think there'd be some sort of progression, but you're like, nah, just
why? Do you only listen to everything sounding similar? Like,
no, but like you can see, like with my favorite games, like they definitely from 1 to 10. They
but a well-written song's a well-written song. Like
no, absolutely, I agree that this is a good song. I'm complimenting how varied your tastes are.
Thank you. Lord Van Ziek's desk. Look, it's so stylish.
And that marble chess set beside it.
Chess. That's the Western version of a Japanese shogi game, isn't it? You know, I'm actually quite good at shogi problems. I don't think they're the same game.
No, they're not.
I've never played shogi, but...
Oh, it's so funny.
Oh, really? You'd probably like chess problems in that case. This reminds me of a puzzle.
I'd love to challenge Lord... I'd love to challenge Lord Van Ziek sometime. To a bout of shogi problems.
Why are they calling it that?
only if you really want to challenge yourself. You can always do that in your own home.
They're not
He's
calling
the only
chess shogi. They're saying he's saying he wants to challenge a
No.
shogi.
I know. I'm just saying it's so weird that they're calling a game of chess a chess problem. Like I'm really good at.
No, I assumed
shogi
that.
problems.
Oh, I just assumed it was like there's puzzles that you could do.
Leighton style puzzles. I really think that they.
I've seen books of chess. Okay, fair.
I mean, I don't know. Maybe.
Maybe that's just how they call it back in ye old Japan, England, Japengland.
I'm so ready to play my Ace Attorney problems.
Look at the fine collection of hallowed chalices and bottles neatly lined up there.
Oh, that's a very poor way to store wine. My hallowed bottles are filled with the essence of the finest grapes from the finest vineyards I visit.
That's not a bad way to store wine. I mean, he's drinking 3 of those bottles at least in one day, so...
I mean, sure, but like they're in the sun, like just...
Yeah, but if you're drinking them that day...
They're gonna be, like, room temperature at best.
He's probably drinking them, like, within the hour, like... Plus it's...
I need to...
Oh, actually, it is summer, probably.
Don't talk to me until I have my 3 bottles of wine in the morning. And I personally oversee these chalices made by the final crystal craftsmen in the world.
And yet you throw them around in court like they were worthless.
Oh, Iris! I am Iris. Iris is on.
That's Zieks.
Yes, because this imbecile is so unimaginably and repeatedly wide of the mark sometimes.
Listen, he doesn't want to destroy them. Ryunosuke is just that ridiculous. It pains him every time he throws one.
Oh, this is such a good...
That's just telling you how irritated he is when he's in court with Ryunosuke.
How irritated he just gently picks up the bottle with 2 fingers and yeets it behind him into the gallery.
He's just thinking to himself, God, that was a $400 bottle of wine. And that's by our current exchange rate.
Oh my god, that's
that was a 400 pound. Oh.
No, he's from the future, remember? He knows. Yeah. It's in canon. He knows the future. He knows that it's $400. Before you open your mouth next time, you should consider the poor artisan whose work you defile.
So, it's my fault. Silly me, how could I ever have thought otherwise?
Oh man, if I ever say to you before you open your mouth again, like, just slap me.
I just love though the implications of that conversation.
Yeah, that they're literally like thousands of pounds worth of expensive
handmade glass. I mean, I guess everything's handmade, but like artisan made glasses, crystal glasses that he had to special order and oversee the entire production of,
and just yeets.
And just Ryunosuke just comes in and be like, I don't know, maybe he put his mouth on the lamp.
If he put his mouth in the pipe, I don't know. My what happened is that he took the pipe and he stuck his mouth on it. Have you thought of that?
And then just Van Zieks is filled with literally so much rage, he just can't even help himself. He just throws this priceless thing. And he's just immediately seething, like, I did it again.
I mean,
my God, this is why I disappeared from court again for 2 months after I dealt with him 3 times.
Yeah, you don't know. For all we know, Ryunosuke does sound just really idiotic, and we're filtered through his lens. So
yeah, we're seeing all the evidence that he has, the things he's witnessed. Yeah, that's.
But
I just love that though, that implication.
Yeah, that's canon now, everybody. I'm sorry, Ryunosuke, country bumpkin.
Like his cousin, Ryotaro.
Like his Ryotaro. definitely a come-to bumpkin.
Oh, look! It's a skill mode of the exhibition showground!
You're using the wrong term. It's a yokel.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, bumpkin is too high of a praise.
It's amazing. I wonder why it's here.
Perhaps he made it to take his mind off the sadness of being too busy to attend in person.
Oh, this entire room is great.
Or perhaps he's too embarrassed to queue up for a ticket.
I would never be caught dead in line. Surely it's obvious that I'm using it. Investment aid.
Ah!
You Nipponese have no business painting others as overly reserved.
Ugh. I really didn't think you'd overhear that.
I'll have you know that I go on carousel rides every weekend.
That portrait really dominates the room, doesn't it?
Oh!
It's a very majestic outfit pose, but sadly, whoever painted it didn't do a very good job of capturing Lord Van Zieks' facial features.
Oh.
Yes, you're right. I mean, it's not far off, but the artist exaggerated its subject's handsomeness, I think.
Iris, you're 10.
Ah, that reminds me. I heard Emperor Napoleon of France ordered artists to make him look more attractive than when they painted him.
How vain. That's really not an attractive quality in a person, is it?
That portrait does not depict me. Surely that's immediately obvious.
Oh, then who is it?
It's my husband.
You're not gonna find out who it is right now.
It's
Oops, that.
I mean, I presume it's his father.
Look at all these ancient casks lining the wall there.
Casks in the Reaper's chamber. Or are they caskets?
You don't think all those people who escaped conviction in court are lying inside them dead, do you?
I love the slow... What ridiculous notions are going through your head, man? This is my collection of fine vintages.
Oh, yes, of course. Thank you for clearing that up.
Oh, that makes sense. No, it does. Sorry. I have to say, the bottles on top of that shelf are empty. He fills the vintages himself. It makes sense. Those are the glass, and then he has to fill it the vintage before he goes. Okay, it's not as ridiculous. Genuinely, I apologize.
See, everything in this room at first is like, oh my god, this is ridiculous. And Van Zieks is just like, it's literally not. Think for 2 seconds. Everyone's a colossal moron.
Stop making immediate judgments of character and pay attention to your surroundings for once.
By the way, Japanese people are all awful.
Did I forget to mention it? They all suck. But yeah, there's 2 vampire bats on top of Iris's head right now.
Are they actually vampire bats?
Decorative. Probably.
Really, I'm just musing to ourselves. Don't mind us, Mr. Reaper.
Can you? How much you want to bet that there is some logical explanation?
I don't think I could select them, but I'll check.
I wouldn't if you hadn't invited yourself to my office to talk nonsense within my earshot. He's not wrong. He's not wrong.
Here we go.
What?
Well, they were bats.
Who do you think crafts all my chalices? Oh, my bad. Yes, the Reaper's familiars, I expect.
What about the mute man in the dark cloak? Thought he was the familiar. Just not the flying kind.
He must be a dear friend of Mr. Reaper, then.
I think the familiar idea is more likely. Scary, though, either way.
Oh, the one time I want explanation. The one time, Baroque, you do this.
It really looks like a punishment to me.
I've never seen someone sitting like that before.
He hasn't moved a muscle since we arrived. Do you think perhaps he's dead?
If he was dead, Bruno, we wouldn't be sitting up here.
But anyway, dead or alive, he's not overly approachable, is he? I don't think he's going to talk to us.
He's not dead. So funny.
Spade, shovels, dead, alive. What's the difference?
Oh, that's hilarious.
We'll finish the conversation with them and then we'll save. Lord Strongheart said that the assault last night was some sort of revenge attack.
True. Carried out by henchmen of Odiasman's criminal organization. The investigation meant the arrests were imminent. Presumably some hoped to kill me before that happened.
Cool Name said this room here is the best part of the game.
This room here has been within my top 5 rooms of Ace Attorney series. Like the entire series so far.
This room here has been within the top 5 rooms of just everything ever in real life and fiction for me. It might actually be number one. It might be number one out of all rooms in the universe.
Out of all rooms in the universe.
In the entire multiverse.
Oh man, that's a big claim. I would say that it probably is within my top 10 rooms of all time, for sure.
Cool Name said, just you fucking marching into his office and start insulting his stuff.
Literally. Like, that's everything that's been happening in the entire Ace Attorney series. You walk into a room, you talk crap about everything, and then everybody's just, like, casually standing there. Like, at least somebody's acknowledging it. Like, why are you talking smack? You came into my room.
And he's like, I didn't invite you here.
Yeah, you just showed up and started making fun of
my
decoration.
You showed up. You were like, "Oh, I heard. I wanted to see if you're okay." By the way, what is this dumb shit?
What's all this dumb crap? Who's that? Like, why? What? And you're like, bruh.
That painting of you is horrible. That's my brother.
Yeah, literally.
Are those bodies in there? Those are wine. Are those bats? Yeah, those are bats, but let's move on.
Let's move on. Yeah, don't acknowledge the bats. We don't talk about bats.
Don't acknowledge the bats in the room.
So funny.
God, I'm getting lightheaded. Odiasman.
I literally. He's always masqueraded as one of London's most powerful financiers, a global investor. But his enormous wealth came to him by underhand means via his criminal activities.
And he used that money to buy himself a verdict of not guilty when he in court, didn't he?
So, sounds like we should have defended him. That's right up Ryunosuke's alley.
It really is. Oh, Faith and Begora! Just for the ghost from the other side of the room, the casket.
Being prosecuted by you, Mr. Reba.
But the man got his comeuppance in the end. Yesterday, in fact, in extraordinary circumstances, it was a most unusual cause of death.
Cool Name said, I wonder if other Japanese people walk in his office and start making fun of people. Is that why he hates them?
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. If somebody just came into my house and made fun of everything and then walked away, sometimes without even acknowledging my existence, I'd probably be really upset.
That's every encounter he's had with a Japanese person has been that.
I mean, there should definitely be a prequel game where Kazuma does that. Like, you can't talk to them because Kazuma doesn't know English. Kazuma just goes around laughing at all this stuff and then leaves.
Also, Sholmes does it too, even though he's not Japanese.
Oh yeah, but Sholmes does it on purpose. He
doesn't want it. He doesn't want to be left out, so he comes in the middle of them doing it almost every time. It's like, wait, is somebody laughing at it again? I don't even get the jokes, but I'm laughing.
Look at those dumb curtains. Did you just get them installed yesterday? It's like, that's not even funny. Those are nice curtains. Oh, but he's dumb anyways. Oh. Man.
Dude, look at that ceiling. You have a ceiling in your office. Sholmes, that's how architecture works. Well, it wouldn't if I made it.
Then you go back to his house. Oh, that's so funny.
Sholmes, you removed your roof? It's the middle of February. I had to prove a point.
It helps me think better. I read this already, but do you want me to read it again?
No, you already read it. Also, but Dragon said I don't like Aspen as a surname.
he's definitely a guy.
I mean, he's completely unrelated to Odie Bobsman.
Odie Bob. Boob McKin.
Bubsman.
Bubsman.
And I know all about that. With super high voltage instantaneous kinesis gone wrong. Mr. Asman died when the demonstration on the public experimentation stage ended up in an enormous explosion.
Correct. And you think I have some kind of divine ability to cause an accident like that to happen, do you?
Well, no, that does seem a little far-fetched. If this man really is the fabled Reaper, then he has to be innocent of this particular death, at least.
It's strange how this has worked out, isn't it, Reno? I mean, with you taking on the professor's defense for the trial tomorrow.
What? You're going to be defending him?
It seems a little weird having done this before, madam, but... Oh yes, that's right. Though I barely know the man's name yet, to be honest. Okay, they acknowledge that.
Albert Hairbrain.
That's right. Do you know him by any chance?
Of course. He's a contemporary of mine. We were at university together.
You're...
What?
It's his Ryunosuke to his Kazuma.
Cool name said his old fling.
It's his Ryunosuke to his Kazuma. That makes sense.
I'd understood that Professor Hairbrain was from Germany, though.
Hairbrain's from a respectable British family.
I'm glad they established this now, because if we went and met him first, I wouldn't have been using a German accent because of this, and he might have been like, why not give him a German accent? But he's not German, so...
Yeah, I definitely would have been like, what? It's like, that's a really poor German accent. After graduating from University of London, he moved to Germany to carry out research. That's all.
So you were students together?
I was in the faculty of law, of course, and he in science, so our paths rarely crossed. But curiously, we got along, though I've not met him since my university days. I certainly didn't expect our next encounter to take this form. And with you of all people representing him.
Ugh. Only if I make it out of this office alive.
Really, I think they did it on purpose. Like, I really do think that this is supposed to be a foil to, like, the first case of the first game.
Yeah.
Where Ryunosuke and Kazuma were together as defendant. Like, he's going against his friend as prosecutor. Like, it's like, it literally, I think it's supposed to mirror their relationship.
Fair.
Seriously.
He's actually been charged with murder, it seems.
That's super cool. Yes, I know, because of prosecution.
I mean, this case is really great. This case is like my favorite so far, and I've played.
Out of these, handled by me.
Out of the collection, at least. By you? But you made it sound as if you and the professor had been friends.
We are friends, it's true.
Then why would you do this?
If the Reaper's the prosecutor, there's nothing anyone can do to save him. He's doomed.
What's Lord Van Zieks thinking?
Yeah, what is he thinking? That's, like, weird. You don't have to, like, take the case. It's not like he's desperate for money if he's, like, crafting Hallow Chalice. like across domain.
What do you mean by what you said before? If you'd like to know the Reaper's true identity, does that mean...
I am a crown prosecutor and a mortal like any other. I am no demigod.
But they've all died, haven't they? The people you've prosecuted, I mean. Whether or not the trial ended in a conviction or an acquittal.
Those I prosecute are the vilest wretches of our society. People who without question deserve to be found guilty. World is a better place without them.
But you're prosecuting your best friend!
That's rough.
But...
That's rough, buddy.
That's not true of Mr. Natsume, for example. He wasn't a vile wretch at all.
No, it was Ginny! In fact, she was ever so hardworking now.
What does she do now?
You'd have found out more about her if you did things in a different order.
Oh, she's his assistant! Nice!
Who's assistant?
Hairbrain, right?
No, we would have found out about her. I'm not going to say how we would have found out about her, but...
we'll get to it. I can't deny since I encountered you, things have taken a turn, but the point is this. If any of those vile wretches had justice subsequently died in mysterious circumstances, it was at the hand of their own kind. It's not my work.
Lord Strongheart said the same. He believes you're not involved in any way.
But they were attacked by those ruffians because they believed it's true.
Ellipses. The fact is, since people started to call me the Reaper of the Bailey, the number of serious crimes in the capital has dropped substantially.
Oh.
It would appear that even the most hardened criminals can be made fearful for their lives.
Do you mean to say...
I mean to say that if my pseudonym serves as useful purpose, I adopt it gladly, with honor.
But it's putting you in danger. You could be killed.
Oh, I don't need this! That is my fate. Let God decide.
Lord Van Zieks.
That's rough.
That's rough, buddy.
That's rough, buddy.
Before we save, I just want to check... Yeah, we do need to show him something.
Everybody throw that's rough.
Should we...
in the chat.
This?
Yeah, let's do it. Yeah.
Or the armband. Lord Van Zieks, about the article in this paper.
Yes, it seems there was a reporter nearby when that little skirmish took place. It would have been funny if it had the cracks on the screen. like the other case in Japan.
Many Memo made it all the way over here. Oh no.
Yeah. Was the photographer. I had no idea it had been photographed. It was careless of me.
It looks as though it was taken after the people who attacked you had run away, though.
Rest assured, the police have already apprehended every last one of them.
But there's someone else fighting alongside you, it seems.
Apprehend all of them!
And I think it's the same man who's sitting over there as we speak, isn't it?
As I mentioned already, he's my apprentice.
Perhaps you could tell us a little more about him. Yeah, one last thing.
He's in my tutelage to become a prosecutor. So you could say he's my apprentice, I suppose.
Ah, like you are to Hurley then, Bruno.
I don't remember taking an apprenticeship with a great detective.
He's currently compiling a report about last night's attack.
Looks as though he's wearing some kind of mask.
On Lord Strongheart's orders. Nobody knows the man's face, or indeed his identity.
But why would you agree to take on such a clearly suspicious individual?
Lord Strongheart's orders again. He's not one for meaningless follies. there will be a good reason for his actions.
I hope you're right.
Oh.
Ah,
The task is complete. Good. In that case, you can collate all the briefs.
nice to meet you.
Can I say something bold
What?
yet controversial?
What? What?
Is that Airlock show?
Man, that'd be a twist.
Oh my god, is that Airlock shows?
Back to work again.
I think that's Airlock shows.
It was really strange, though. I never met the man before. I didn't even know he existed, and yet... somehow it didn't feel like our first encounter.
Oh my god, I think that's Airlock. Don't bother trying to confess with him. He says nothing to anybody from outside this office. Lord Strongheart is strictly forbidden it.
Oh, I see.
Why are you so interested in my apprentice, anyway?
Oh no, I mean... sorry, I didn't mean to... The way he stood there so casually, yet with that flawless posture. It couldn't be.
So my aspersions isn't... yes, but there's something I've been meaning to ask you.
Oh, what's this?
That Nipponese man, is he faring well?
Sorry?
The one arrested twice in succession 6 months. The stoop and the mustache and the jitters.
Ah, Mr. Natsume, you mean?
I'm not sure he'd be very pleased to find out you identified him from that list, Bruno.
He's fine, thank you. In fact, I received a letter from him by international post only the other day.
I see. Well, I think we can end our discussion here, don't you?
Love that they have his theme playing.
There's little time left before tomorrow's trial. I advise you to spend it investigating the case.
Yes, thank you for the advice, and for the conversation. I can't believe he's asking after Soseki-san, after Nipponese. I'm not sure whether to feel happy about that or worried.
I thought he was a race.
I never imagined that Mr. Reaper would be friends with a mad scientist, did you? That's a turn up for the books.
A mad scientist? Ah, you mean Professor Hairbrain. Yes, it might be worth quizzing the professor about his relationship with Lord Van Zieks, I think.
So now we're going to have to come back to talk to him. So what do you think the game... I mean, you know, but what do you think... I'm asking as if you didn't. What do you think the game is thinking that we're supposed to be thinking? That it's Herlock or that it's Strongheart? It might be Strongheart. He's like undercover.
I want to leave your deductions completely uninfluenced.
I think that the game wants us to think it's Strongheart based on the posture thing. Because, like, I don't think we've ever been told that Herlock has a very imposing stature and stuff, but I do think he's actually probably a really good detective and, like, does, like, costume, whatever, what is it called? Disguises.
We didn't identify him when he was that guard the one time.
Yeah, right? I think he uses his, like, goofy persona as a disguise, and he's actually, like, super competent. Because, like, that would make sense, like, for that to be how it is. And I think while the game wants us to think that that is Strongheart, I really do think in my heart of hearts that's Herlock. And my heart literally skipped a beat when I had that thought. I'm like, oh, is that would be so interesting. Like, I really wonder, you know?